Hello, Professor Nora Gomez here. I am going to give you a quick rundown of week one, and I'm going to be showing you an explanation of how to do the bibliography. So if you scroll on Canvas down to week one, you'll see the syllabus. Like I mentioned, please make sure you've read through that. You have your access to your book, which is absolutely necessary for the quizzes. And then these three are the ones that I asked you to look at during class time in order to figure out how to do APA style the best way you can. This student sample is nice to look at because it gives you an idea of what a whole paper is supposed to look like. And these bibliography samples are nice because you get to see how the different formats do it. But if you look specifically at the APA, it's going to give you an idea of how it's done. However, for the annotated bibliography that you're going to be doing for me this week, you're going to follow the instructions that are here. So if you log in, you've seen that I've given you this document here. When you click on that, you're going to be able to download it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You need to click on it and click on this blue link, and you'll be able to download it onto your computer. Once you have it downloaded, then you can edit it. I'm going to go back and show you that in just a minute. Go back. Okay. So everyone should have done the discussion, and I thought you guys did a really great job making sure that you found something to put in. And I really like the interaction between you. And then this is the assignment that you have due this week. I know some of you did mention the word overwhelmed, and I don't want you to feel like that. So I thought, let me give you an example of what I really want it to look like. And let me give you this thing to download because it's your first one. And like I mentioned in class, you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. I'm just trying to help you to have just a leg in when you're completing it. So the idea of this assignment, it's not only for you to learn APA, it's also to really get you seeing what the literature, when we mention the literature in this field, we're talking about the research in a specific area. So I don't know, maybe you're going to bounce back and forth throughout different things that you'll look at, but maybe you'll stick to one particular thing that you'll really be interested in. So I'm very interested to see what it is that you all choose to research. So the idea is to research and to learn how to do APA. So let's take a look at the instructions here. You're going to, like I told you, we're going to select 2 peer-reviewed journal articles, and we're going to do the APA citation or reference, and we are going to do 3 parts. You're going to summarize it in the first paragraph, and the best summary will have the answers to these questions. Then you're going to assess it, which is when you're critiquing it, and this is really helping you to develop your critical thinking. I don't ever want you to take anything I say or anything the book says or anything a journal says at just face value. You really want to critique it. And then lastly, you're going to reflect on it and see how it connects to what we're learning in class. Of course, this week, we didn't really learn anything concepts wise, but in the following ones, you will see how there will be connections to prior classes that will be nice to put that together. That's another great way to make sure that you're learning something, is to make those connections between the different things. So trust me, I promise you, this is not busy work. This is the true work of a researcher, which many psychologists do. We'll learn more about what psychologists do in the future, but this is the nitty-gritty of psychology work for a lot of people. So we're gonna look at that a little bit more. Now, the other thing that I wanted you to see before I go to show you how to do the research is the assignments. So I'm gonna go over here. As you can see, I'm not sure why overdue assignments is there, but look at that. Oh, okay, because I'm in the student view. Okay, so you have it set up differently. For me, it's by type. Oh, there we go, by type. Perfect. You have 3 annotated bibliographies. So this first one, like I said, is really just you going out there and trying something. I mean, I'm really throwing you into the deep end of the pool and just giving you a little life raft here with this PDF, with this document that I gave you, and asking you to just try to get this done. And I promise you that if you submit something to me and it looks really, really bad or whatever, hopefully you're not going to worry about it, because I'm just going to give you some feedback and you're going to resubmit it. Now, the next ones, I do expect that to become much more of a, okay, I got this kind of thing. And by the time you do your last bibliography, as you can see, we have one per month, January, February, and March. By the time you do your last bibliography, this is just going to feel like I know how to do research. I know how to write up my research. And only 2 articles? Really? That's what I'm hoping for. Then you have your quizzes. And these are the quizzes for each chapter in the MindTap website. This is why you have to have that. And then these are the discussions, which are the ones like when you just completed. Very simple, just a reflection, and hopefully continuing conversation from whatever started on Monday. A discussion every week, and your attendance and your paper. I know I didn't get to talk much about that paper, so if you look at that and you have questions, please let me know. Now, the points I wanted to point out to you, that's funny. The points that they don't really matter as much. The points are there for you to see if there's a difference between assignments within a category. The main thing that matters is this. So this final paper is 10% of your grade. Attendance, 10% of your grade. Discussions, 20% of your grade. Quizzes, 40% of your grade. And that one rule means that I dropped the lowest one. And then the APA assignments are 20%. So as you can see, these are each worth 100 points, which means each of these assignments are weighted the same. I'm not weighing this one less than this one. I could have done that, but I didn't choose to do that. All right, so I wanted to show you that. Now, for your research, when you go to the Miami-Dade MDC.edu website and you hover over academics, you can come down to learning resources, tap on that. Once you get to learning resources, go to research tools and services, tap on that. And then I recommend you go right here. Click on academic search complete. Once you tap on academic search complete, sign in. Oh boy. 1 second. Then you're going to type in whatever it is that you want to learn. Earlier in the video that I failed at, I think I put perinatal. Okay, and then it gave me all of these. The reason I selected this one is because that or really helps me to make sure I have more information related to the same kind of thing. That's why they're so similar. Perinatal mental health or perinatal mental illness. See how it's very similar. Or maternal mental health. Good. I could do that. I can add more things as well, but I'm not going to. I can show you how to do that more in the future. Then the other thing I showed you was that you want to click full text, you want to click peer review, you want to put past 5 years. Important things. And then you click search. Once you click search, this is the one that I clicked on earlier, so I'll do the same thing. Once I click on it, I can download it, and that's going to allow me to just sit there and read the paper. I love printing my paper, so if you're like me, print the paper, highlight, really understand what it was that these researchers found when they did this study. I brought you down here to show you the abstract. The abstract is a great little summary of what happened. It tells you why, it tells you what they did, that's the methods, and then it tells you what they found. However, just reading the abstract is probably not going to give you a whole lot of information. So you want to come back up here, download it, and read the whole thing. And then for citing it, I think you should click here and then copy this citation. Now, I can tell you right off the bat, like I was mentioning in class yesterday, there's going to be mistakes. Especially, it might look fine here, but then it doesn't when you go. And so I found several things that were actually wrong here. So copy that and paste it onto a document. And I'm going to show you what that looks like now. I pasted it onto my document. I'll just go to the reference page. When I pasted it here, it did not show up as it should have. So I had to highlight it. I had to give it a hanging indent, which is under paragraph, indentation, hanging. You select hanging, and it's always going to make it look the way it's supposed to. I had to make that a capital, and I had to italicize that again because for some reason when I copied it, it didn't work. I also had to make this a live link by tapping at the end and pressing space because it was not a live link. Now, when I tested my live link, which I highly recommend you each do that, when I tested it, I realized this is not pages 1 through 11, the way that it said it over here. When I put cite, it said pages 1 through 11. I clicked on it and I noticed it actually had an article number. Now, this is where I made a mistake. I forgot to write in the word article. You got to put article and then the number if it happens to have an article number. So let me show you what that looks like again really quick. So if I tap on my live link and it takes me to it, then I can see here it says article number 747. Okay. Article numbers are a newer way in which the APA keeps track of which articles are in which journals. And instead of putting page numbers for the journal, they just give you an article number. So that has to be cited properly. Let me go back to the paper. So that's why I had to change it. So as you can see, there were several mistakes in the citation that was given to me in the research page. And that's going to happen, which is one of the reasons why I wanted you guys to see in class that you got to spot them. And we're gonna study that more. I'm thinking I might give you guys some whenever, like just random, just to have a maybe one reference to see what's wrong with it. But essentially, this is how you do a journal. And when you go to one of the pages that I gave you, if I could move this, that would be great, but I don't think I can. Okay. There we go. The Purdue Owl one, I don't know why, but I really like it. On the left, when you click articles in periodicals, it gives you an information as to how you do a journal. So this is the basic way of doing a journal, which is what I put in your document that I gave you to download. Of course, pages will not be there if it's an article number, so that you have to be careful about. But this is the basic way that you do it. So if you spot any mistakes, change them. And if you're not sure, email me and send me the live link and I'll let you know if there's something that I see that you don't see. Hey, I make mistakes all the time. And I've been called, like I said, the APA queen. So we all make mistakes. I catch my mistakes all the time because I'm always looking at my stuff over and over again. So it's okay. We're going to make mistakes, but we're going to try our best. Make sure the link is live so I can help you if need be. Okay, back to the document. I'm almost done, I promise. You can see that I have references at the top here, and you're going to leave it like that because you're going to end up having two of them. Up here, it's going to be annotated bibliography, space, and then your name. All of this stays the same, and my name, and then the date that it's due. It's always a due date. Whatever title you have in the first page, you must have in your actual body. And then notice that this is my citation, my reference. I'm sorry. This is my reference. That's not the way you would do the citation in the body, but we'll talk more about that in the future. This is my reference. And underneath my reference, tabbed in, I'm going to do my 3 paragraphs that I mentioned to you when we were going over the assignment. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3 is here. You don't need to label them or anything like that. Just start talking about the main things. And it's okay to say you're interacting with this research. And then I put the same one, but in all honesty, it's just the next one. You're going to put your second one here, and then your 3 paragraphs will go underneath it. always have this page starting in its own page. Don't ever have references like up here somewhere, not at the top of a page. That would be a huge mistake. This is always its own page, no matter what. And the page numbers should adapt themselves as you increase in page numbers if need be, which you will probably. Okay, so that's the student version. A lot of students come and they want to come up here and give me a header. I do not put a header in a student APA paper, so don't do that. And that's it. Let me go back. So once you do that, you're going to submit it to me. You're going to take a deep breath and you're not going to stress about it because your grade will really be dependent upon your level of effort. That's the bottom line. So just try your best. Use the tools that I have given you and talk with each other. Go to Circle In. It's right here on the left side. If you don't have each other's numbers yet, and just start talking with each other, help each other out, send each other your bibliographies if need be. Don't use ChatGPT or anything like that to try to read those articles for you or to write your summaries for you. I mean, I'll take that back. Let's say you find an article that you really like and you totally don't get it. You can go ahead and ask AI to help you figure it out. And what did they really find and what was it that they did? But I highly, highly, highly recommend that you really try to read it first. Because the truth is that reading research it truly is its own skill, and you want to practice that. You really only have 3 shots to do this with me, and I recommend you take full advantage of that time and truly try to read these things and see how they're structured and to get the most out of this class. I truly believe that that's going to help you. All right. Once again, if you have any questions, reach out and I'll see you guys next week as we begin to learn more about the different theories and everything about psychology and continue on. I'm excited. I'm excited to start this journey with you all. And I really want you all to just take a deep breath every time you start to think, oh man, maybe this is a little hard. Just take a deep breath and remember that all I really want you to do is try and to just put that effort in there, and that I promise to be here to help you through it. If you really want to learn, I'm here, and I want to help you to do that. I will see you guys soon and communicate as needed. Bye bye.